Hi everybody, this is Jonathan Spector
This is Derek Lee.
and we're doing our presentation on papercrete. Papercrete is a concrete alternative invented in 1928 but did not gain popularity until the 1980s. Papercrete is a fibrous cement that is made up of recycled, repulped paper fibers mixed with Portland cement or clay. The paper fibers or any other readily available recycled fiber can take the place of sand and gravel normally found in concrete. Recycled fibers are readily available, inexpensive or free, lightweight, and do not require the energy-intensive process like mining, transporting great distances like sand and gravel. Um, Papercrete provides good insulation. It has an R value of 2.0 to 3.0 per inch. It can be used for soundproofing and is lightweight compared to concrete. It's also mold resistant and will not catch fire or smolder for days. The higher the mineral content, the more flame retardant the papercrete will be. It's also pest resistant to rodents and other insect infestations. There are some disadvantages, however, to papercrete. There's no set ratio of ingredients. Um, this creates a big diversity in the type of um, properties that are shown in the papercrete. It lacks any standardization and lack of approval from the International Code Council. Lacking these approvals and standardizations limits the use of papercrete in the United States. It's not approved for load-bearing walls, and the lack of the ICC approval limits its ability to receive bank loans.
So now we are ready to go and make some papercrete. And there are a lot of ways to go about doing this, but I think what we have available right now is to shred the paper with a paper shredder and go out to the field and do it. So we get a mixer and some Portland cement, which is unmixed cement powder. We got some shredded paper, and let's start. We originally we tried to build a frame and pour cement concrete mixture in it, um, but I think it turns out the frame is too big and we don't have as much mixture. And we started out using a mixer um, with paper and water, but then the paper crumbled up with water and the powder doesn't mix with the paper to create a good mixture. So we poured it out and mixed with a shovel, and then we put it back into the mixer and try any ratio of water and powder and paper mixture and try to get a good thickness out of the mixture. And then we pour the first batch on a cooking pan. So this one we don't know the ratio and just trying it out. And then we do a second attempt, and this one we hand mix it, use the fixed ratio of 4 to 3 paper to powder, and then it comes out pretty good texture and thickness. So this is the second batch. We tried out a small one because we don't know what to do and what the ratio is. I think at this point we're just trying out the ratios. So we make a small 6-inch by 8-inch by 2-inch block, put it out on waterproof fabric and surround it with bricks. It looks pretty good, sticks together, doesn't leak through the cracks, and And then we go on to the third batch, which we use a bigger amount of paper. We use a 2-to-1 ratio of paper to concrete powder and mix that with a mixer. This time we mixed it dry first and then put water in it. So it gets a pretty good mixture before we put water, and it came out pretty good. This is the second attempt block that came out, and then we calculated the density and compare it to regular concrete, and it's about a bit larger than 1/3 of the regular concrete density. So it's looks pretty good, and we let it dry for about 3 days. You can see the white one is the driest because that's the first batch, and then the darker and larger one is the third batch, which is really wet and takes some more time to dry up. And then we go ahead and weigh these blocks, and we can see that these blocks about 25 pounds, and at different ratios. The smallest is the second batch, which is 4 pounds. That's pretty amazing. And then we go ahead and try out the strength of it. We weigh ourselves, and we average about 155 pounds. So the normal way to test concrete is to get the PSI, pressure per square inch or cubic inch, and but we don't have the equipment to do so, so we came up with this way to try to test it. We set it on pedestals and jump up and down on the blocks and try to break them. So after a few jumps, it finally breaks, and then we can see that we can walk on it with no problem at all. And then once we break them, we can see the texture inside of it. The paper is spread out evenly, looks pretty good. And then after a while, we found out that it's a wrong way to test concrete without reinforced steel bars in them, because we usually test concrete itself by its compression. So and this would be a tension testing. So anyway, it came out pretty good, and so we made papercrete. We tried it out, and I think the next step is to put reinforced steel bars in them and try to make them stronger. And if you guys have any questions, you can put it on the blog. Thank you.